Hey everybody, it's your friend Jason Pound here answering the top asked questions by home buyers about the Oklahoma real estate market. Question we're tackling today, how does back to school impact the real estate market? Well, the short answer is about 10%, give or take a few decimal points. However, as usual, let me over explain. It's very important that you realize in the modern world today, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, there are always people who need to buy for whatever reason, and there are people who need to sell for whatever reason. While the majority of home sales are not driven by people who have to do something, a large enough percentage of people have to do something, and that's what keeps the market working year round. The stats that I'm about to show you that now is one of the best times of the year to actually try to buy a house. So let's jump in. I did analysis from 2015 to 25, realizing that 2020 is the year that COVID hit. So there was a market before COVID, there was about a 3-year market during COVID, and now we are in the post-COVID market. And so we are curious as how back to school impacted those markets. First data point, 100% of the time, this amount of sales on closed homes for August dropped in September, 100% of the time. Number two is it was dispersed pretty evenly across this period that we looked at. 5 times it dropped by double-digit percentage points. 5 times it dropped by single-digit percentage points. Only 1 time did it drop less than 1%, and that was in 2016. So that is the anomaly of the market. And 3 times the double-digit decrease happened before COVID, and 3 times the single-digit decrease happened before COVID. So there has been an equal disbursement pre-COVID and post-COVID. So we seem to have normalized and moved on from the COVID market, which leads us to the third data point. When you go back to your 8th grade math class, you recall that an average is where you add everything together, divided by how many data points there are, and it squishes everything together. The weakness with that methodology is very, very large numbers and very, very small numbers tend to move the average. Like this anomaly right here moved the average down. Whereas the median is where you line up all your data points in order and you choose the one that's in the middle, and this is where you find the middle of the market. The problem is, once again, large numbers and small numbers are skewing the data up or down, and both of these have their weaknesses and their strengths. The great news is that when your average and your median are so close to each other, they're basically giving you the same information, and it shows that there is going to be approximately 10% less homes sold in September of 2026 than there were in August of 2026. We don't yet have the data on it. But what that tells us, there are approximately 10% less buyers in the market. So if you are trying to find a house to buy right now, in this exact market right now, you are competing against approximately 10% less buyers because all the parents who have kids going back to school are distracted and they do not want the stress of going into a new school year and moving out of an existing house into a new house all at the same time. So if you have kids and you're willing to put up with that stress, or you don't have kids and that's not a stress point, now is a great time to buy. Give me a call. Let's go house shopping together. My name's Jason Pound with Jericho Pound Realty Group. We service the entire Oklahoma City metro area with hyper-local expertise in South Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman, with a hyper data-driven approach to the real estate market, trying to make it more of a science and less of an art, while not giving up on the art at the same time. Well, in the meantime, peace out, have a great life, and I'm gonna get back to work.